32 years have passed since the Great War. The Shivans vanished half a lifetime ago. And now, we live in the mausoleum of history. We inherit the legacy of ghosts who haunt these ruins. The elders call us the Lost Generation. I remember stories of a glorious civilization, of cities with spires that reached the sun, of a blue planet with vast seas, of people with myths of humanity everlasting, of children who saw in the embers of dying stars the destiny of their race. And they hurled themselves into the void of space with no fear. They say our people have no present, only a past filled with horror. And a future they can only dream of. Now we forge a new alliance to guard the tomb of space and find within its cold expanse the salvation of our race.
Quite an intro, I think you'll agree. Yes, I am using a new microphone. I've decided desktop microphones are a failed experiment. But yes, things have changed, the Shivans have gone, and we face altogether new dangers. So, the first thing to do when facing these is to create a new pilot. Oh yes, I'm using the upgraded texture packs. Makes the game look a lot nicer. It's quite incredible what you can do with the old engine. Obscure reference there. Be very surprised if anyone gets it. Anyway, seeing as how Alpha 1 is completely silent in this game, I think we're going to have our call sign be Ghost. So let's select him. Yes, a bunch of user tips, because we're a new pilot. Let's go to the barracks. So, we got, I think this is our current squadron. And we can have a look through all these. So we got red-haired woman here, black guy, punk type, not sure, Indian guy, woman, slightly bearded chap, not sure on species or gender, some kind of fat copper type, and the students. Half tempted to be a Vasudan, but instead let's be her. Why not? And yes, I've set up all the options, they should be in place. And the campaign should be ready. We are aboard the GTD Aquitaine this time. And we got some great music to go along with that, which I think inspires very much a feeling you can see out there of a giant looming as it goes through space. Space which is incredibly dangerous, but which is just ready to handle. So, onto the campaign.
Welcome to Vega, Ensign. I'm Lieutenant Lukakis, squadron leader of the 53rd Hammerheads. You've been assigned to our unit. The Hammerheads are a space superiority squadron. We'll be flying the Myrmidon fighter, developed to replace the old GTF Ulysses. The Myrmidon is a Terran Vasudin design and a versatile ship with high marks for speed, maneuverability, armor, and loadout.
Mostly that's incorrect.
The 53rd Hammerheads were formed during the Great War. At the time, we served on board the GTD Bastion, the finest ship in the history of Terran space travel. You may not know this, but the pilots who destroyed the ST Lucifer in 2335 were based on the Bastion, and some were even Hammerheads. With the 53rd, you're part of a long and proud tradition. When the explosion of the Lucifer collapsed the jump node to the Sol system and severed all contact with Earth, Command transferred the Bastion to the 4th Fleet in Vega. Since then, we've called Vega our home. Now Command has decommissioned the Bastion and reassigned its squadrons to the newer Hecate destroyers. We'll be joining the GTD Aquitaine, flagship of the 3rd Fleet, Capella.
Should be Hecate.
The Aquitaine will be here in 36 hours. In the meantime, it would be advisable to review your training. We have all the simulator modules you'll need for the Myrmidon fighter. These modules will give you a refresher course on such basics as your head-up display, throttle controls, and targeting. If you need to review your training, now would be a good time to do so.
Right, that's how well trained we are.
Because this is your first combat assignment, you'll be authorized to carry the standard armaments. The Subak HL-7, the Tempest Dumbfire, and the Rockeye heat-seeking missile. These weapons are covered in the training modules and in the tech room database. As you gain experience in combat, you will be authorized to use more advanced weaponry. Good luck, pilot, and welcome again to the 53rd.
Oh, thank you. But what I meant by, what was it I questioned? Yes, very well trained, so much so that we have to do a refresher course.
Welcome to Training Simulator Module TSM-103C, Class C qualification for the Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter. This module has been designed to acquaint pilots with basic targeting, throttle, and weapon systems.
You know what? No, I am going to do this because you need to do it to get your wings. You can skip it all, but it means missing out on a medal, and I'm a bit of a completionist like that. However, it isn't very fun to watch. It's just a guy ordering you to do stuff and then you doing it, so we're going to kind of do a little transition and come to the first real mission of the campaign.
Congratulations, pilot. You have successfully completed TSM-103A, Class A qualification for the Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter.
As I said, nothing too exciting or difficult. So this is our middle case. Conspicuously barren at the moment. We just have some wings and something saying that we're an ensign. A load of medals that we could potentially gain over the course of this campaign. So let's accept this result and actually get posted to our first, well, we are posted there. This is a refresher course. Let's get started on our first real patrol.
This is Admiral Petrarch, Commanding Officer of the GTD Aquitaine. For those squadrons joining us here in Vega, welcome aboard. With a complement of 150 combat spacecraft, the Aquitaine serves as flagship of the GTVA 3rd Fleet, based in the Capella system. You join an elite crew of 10,000, the finest officers and enlisted personnel serving the Alliance today.
I never really noticed that 150 combat spacecraft. I knew 10,000 crew, but that's a lot. Also, whoa, rubber loggia!
After 18 months of fighting, Admiral Bosch's Neo-Terran front has become the most significant threat to regional security since the Great War ended 32 years ago. The NTF demands the independence of their systems and the revocation of the Beta-Aquila Convention, or BATAC. The BATAC Treaty centralized power of the GTVA as the supreme authority in Terran Vasudin space. Integral to NTF ideology is Bosch's vision of Neo-Terra, a utopian society where the lost grandeur of Earth will be restored. Bosch and his followers oppose any alliance with the Vasudins as a threat to the future of the human race. The rebels are entrenched in Polaris, Regulus, and Sirius. But before we hit these strongholds, we must secure Epsilon Pegasi, Alpha Centauri, and Deneb. These contested systems are now the focal point of Allied operations. Allied Command has ordered the Aquitaine into the Deneb system. There, we will reinforce the 13 Vasudan battle group, led by the GVD Samtic. Both the NTF and the GTVA have sustained heavy casualties in the battle for Deneb. In the past 72 hours, we have lost the GVC Andromeda, the GTC Trafalgar, and over 15 fighter wings.
Wow.
Command anticipates the arrival of the Aquitaine and the Samtic will shift the battle for Deneb in our favor and force the NTF to withdraw to Sirius.
15 fighter wings, yeah, that's better than it sounds actually, because a fighter wing in FreeSpace is 3 or 4 ships in general. Is what you generally call, well, I'm not sure what you call them, a flight, I think, in World War II terminology. You have a flight lieutenant who'd head up 3 other people. That's kind of the size of a fighter wing. Samtic, oh, I'll explain a bit about that later. It's part why this game is so dear to my heart. After we complete our first mission, I will go into that.